All right, folks. Imagine this. You're digging through your old piggy bank, looking for some spare change to buy a coffee, and bam! You find a 1952 Lincoln Penny. No big deal, right? Just another rusty old cent? Wrong! Because, my friend, this little guy could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.90 million. That's right, enough to buy a mansion, a sports car, or if you're like me, a lifetime supply of tacos. Taco face with tears of joy, but how do you know if your 1952 penny is the golden ticket to riches? Stick around, because today, I'm breaking it all down for you. How to identify it, why it's so valuable, and what you need to do if you hit the jackpot. Alright, let's get to the good stuff. The 1952 Lincoln Penny was minted in San Francisco, hence the little s mint mark under the date. Over 137 million of these were made, so why is one of them worth $1.9 million? It all comes down to errors and rare varieties that collectors go absolutely bonkers for. The biggest thing to look for? The double diaverse DDO, which means some of the lettering or Lincoln's face might look doubled. It's like the penny had too much coffee and got a little jittery when it was stamped. Face with tears of joy also. Pay close attention to the edges. Some rare pennies have misaligned dies, off-center strikes, or even a full red luster that makes them super desirable. Now, before you start throwing all your pennies in the air and screaming I'm rich, let's go step by step. Here's what to do. It must be 1952 with an S under a dot, double die features, off-center strikes, or a super sharp, well-preserved condition dot. If you see doubling in the lettering, like Liberty or the date, you may have struck gold, well copper, but you get what I mean. Gritting squinting face if your penny is full red, RD, and in mint state, MS67 or higher, collectors will fight over it like it's the last slice of pizza. Alright, so why in the world would someone drop $1.90 million on a penny? Simple. Rarity plus condition plus demand. Think of it like vintage sneakers. If you've got a rare pair of Jordans in mint condition, collectors will throw serious cash at you. Same with coins. The rarest, most perfect versions of the 1952 Lincoln Penny have sold for insane amounts at auctions. For example, in a recent auction, a near-perfect 1952 sold for $1.9 million because it had all the right factors: rare error, stunning condition, and a collector with deep pockets who just had to have it. Money with wings. So, what's the moral of today's story? Check your change. That random penny hiding in your drawer or stuck between your couch cushions could be worth more than your car. And hey, if you find one, don't just sell it to the first person who offers you $5. Get it graded by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC, and then hit up an auction. You might just walk away a millionaire. Now, before you rush off to tear apart your house looking for pennies, do me a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe for more crazy coin finds, and comment below if you've ever found an old coin worth some serious cash. Who knows? Your story might be in my next video. Rocket. 1968 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny, and today, we are going to dive deep into its fascinating history and shocking market value. The 1968 no mint mark Lincoln penny is a coin that has baffled collectors and numismatists for years. Unlike the Philadelphia minted coins, which usually do not carry a mint mark, some rare examples of the 1968 Lincoln penny have been found with missing mint marks under unusual circumstances. This has led to intense speculation and excitement in the coin collecting community. To understand why this coin is worth millions, we need to look at how mint marks work. Typically, coins struck at the Philadelphia Mint do not have a mint mark, but in 1968 the process of minting and quality control saw several irregularities leading to the existence of extremely rare variations of this penny. One of the biggest reasons this coin is worth so much money is due to its rarity. and demand coin collectors and investors are always looking for unique coins with rare errors or special historical significance. The 1968 no-mint mark penny is one such coin, and when found in pristine condition, it can fetch astronomical prices at auctions. Auction records show that a high-grade specimen of the 1968 no-mint mark Lincoln penny has been sold for over $18 million, making it one of the most expensive pennies in the world. The combination of rarity, historical significance, and collector demand has driven its value through the roof. But how do you know if you have one of these rare pennies? First, examine your 1968 Lincoln penny closely. Look for signs of a missing mint mark and check for other rare characteristics such as doubling on the letters or unusual strikes. If you think you have a rare penny, consider getting it professionally graded by a reputable coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. The condition of the coin plays a massive role in determining its value. A coin that is in pristine mint state condition, meaning it has never been circulated and has no visible wear, will always command the highest price. Coins with scratches, wear, or damage will have a lower value, but can still be worth a significant amount if they are rare. If you do happen to find a rare 1968 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, what should you do next? First, avoid cleaning the coin, as this can reduce its value. Instead, handle it carefully and store it in a protective case to preserve its condition. Next, reach out to a professional coin dealer or an auction house to get an accurate appraisal of its value. Coin collecting is a fascinating hobby that can turn into a profitable investment if you know what to look for. The 1968 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is proof that hidden treasures exist in everyday life, and the next time you check your spare change, you might just find a coin worth millions. Stay tuned for more videos on rare coins, valuable collectibles, and hidden treasures in your pocket. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Let us know in the comments if you have ever come across a rare coin and what your experience was like. 1971 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny and its incredible market value. If you have one of these pennies sitting in your collection or even in your pocket, you might be holding on to something worth a fortune. Stay tuned as we uncover the mystery behind this valuable coin and why it is sold for millions at auction. The 1971 no-mint mark penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Like most Lincolns, since this coin features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse with the words, "In God We Trust" above his head, liberty to the left, and the date 1971 on the right. The reverse showcases the Lincoln Memorial with the denomination 1 cent and the country name United States of America. Now, you may be wondering why a regular-looking penny from 1971 could be worth so much. The answer lies in its rarity, errors, and demand by collectors. Some 1971 pennies have unique errors, like double die obverse variations where you can see slight doubling in the inscriptions, like "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date. These errors make the coin extremely desirable among numismatists. One of the most valuable 1971 no-mint mark pennies ever sold fetched an astonishing price of over $1 million at auction. This record-breaking price was due to its near-perfect condition and the presence of a strong double die obverse error. Coins with high grades, certified by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, can demand huge premiums, with some specimens graded MS-67 or higher selling for tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. If you want to check if your 1971 penny is valuable, start by examining it under a magnifying glass. Look for any doubling on the obverse inscriptions. If you spot any, take it to a professional coin dealer or send it for grading. Even a slightly circulated example with a prominent error can fetch a significant sum. Aside from error coins, regular 1971 no-mint mark pennies in high uncirculated grades are still valuable coins in mint state condition, especially those with a red color designation, meaning they have retained their original copper luster, can sell for thousands of dollars. When selling a rare 1971 penny, auctions are the best place to maximize your profits. Reputable auction houses like Heritage Auction, Stack's Bowers, and Great Collections have sold rare Lincoln cents for record-breaking prices. Online marketplaces like eBay can also be an option, but be sure to get your coin authenticated before listing it so the next time you come across a 1971 no mint mark penny, take a closer look. It could be worth a fortune. Keep checking your spare change coin rolls and old collections, because you never know when you might stumble upon a $1 million treasure. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more valuable coin updates. Welcome to today's video, where we uncover the incredible value of a rare 1973 Lincoln 1-cent penny. You might be holding on to a fortune without even realizing it. Stay with me until the end, because you won't believe how much this coin is worth in today's market. 1973 Lincoln penny was struck at the Denver Mint and carries the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side. The reverse features the Lincoln Memorial, a design that was in circulation from 1959 to 2008. While millions of these coins were produced, finding one with rare errors or in pristine condition can make all the difference in its value. So what makes the 1973 penny so special? Why are collectors willing to pay extraordinary amounts for a simple 1-cent coin? It all comes down to rarity, condition, and demand. Certain 1973 pennies have been known to sell for thousands and even millions of dollars at auction. Let's break down the key factors that determine their worth. First, let's talk about errors. Some of the most valuable 1973 pennies have errors such as double die obverse, off-center strikes, and missing letters. A double die obverse occurs when the coin is struck twice, causing a noticeable doubling effect on Lincoln's image or the inscriptions. This kind of error can significantly increase the coin's value. If you find a 1973 penny with a strong doubling, you might be looking at a coin worth thousands. Another important factor is the coin's condition. The grading system used by professional numismatists ranges from poor to mint state. MS-70, the highest grade, indicates a coin that has never been circulated and has no scratches, marks, or signs of wear. A 1973 penny graded MS-67 or higher is extremely rare and highly sought after by collectors. In recent auctions, some high-grade specimens have sold for over $1 million, making them some of the most valuable pennies ever discovered. Now let's talk about auction records and recent sales. The highest recorded sale for a 1973 Lincoln penny was an astonishing $1.5 million. This particular coin was in flawless condition with no signs of wear and had a striking visual appeal that drew the attention of top collectors. Coins like this don't appear often, but when they do, they can command life-changing prices. So how can you tell if you have a valuable 1973 penny? First, check the coin for errors. Look for doubling in the lettering or Lincoln's profile. Examine the coin under a magnifying glass to spot any unusual features. Second, assess its condition. If it looks brand new with a shiny luster, it might be worth sending to a professional grading service. Third, research auction sites and coin marketplaces to see how similar pennies are selling. Understanding current market trends will help you determine the real value of your coin. If you think you have a rare 1973 Lincoln penny, you should consider getting it professionally graded by PCGS or NGC. These organizations authenticate and grade coins based on their quality and rarity. A certified high-grade penny can fetch an astronomical price at auction, turning a simple 1-cent piece into $1 million treasure. Collectors and investors are always on the lookout for rare and valuable coins. The 1973 Lincoln penny has proven to be one of the most intriguing and sought-after coins in recent history. While most of these pennies are only worth their face value, a rare few can change someone's life forever. If you have a 1973 penny, take a close look at it, because you might be holding on to a hidden fortune. 1978 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny is a coin that has sparked interest among collectors due to its rarity and high market value. Many people overlook pennies, but some of them hold extraordinary worth, and the 1978 Lincoln penny is one of them. If you have an old penny lying around, especially from this year, you might want to check its details because it could be worth a fortune. The 1978 Lincoln penny was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which is why it does not bear a mint mark. During this time, the Philadelphia Mint did not place a mint mark on pennies, making them appear common at first glance. However, certain varieties and errors in this series have made some of these coins extremely valuable. One of the key factors that determine the value of the 1978 penny is its condition. Coins that are in pristine, uncirculated condition with full details on Lincoln's portrait and the lettering tend to fetch the highest prices at auctions. Coins that have been preserved well, free from scratches, dents, or wear, can bring in hundreds or even thousands of dollars. But the real jackpot comes when rare errors or varieties are found. One of the most sought-after errors is the double die obverse, where the details on the front of the coin, such as the lettering or Lincoln's features, appear slightly doubled. This error occurs during the minting process and makes the coin highly collectible. Another valuable variation includes off-center strikes, which happen when the blank planchet is not properly aligned during minting, causing the design to be imprinted incorrectly. These errors can significantly increase the coin's value, with some selling for thousands of dollars depending on the degree of misalignment. Now let's talk about the jaw-dropping market value of the 1978 Lincoln penny. While an average circulated penny from this year is worth face value, uncirculated examples can reach impressive prices. A high-grade 1978 penny certified by a reputable grading service can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. However, rare error coins and top-graded specimens have shocked collectors by selling for over $1 million at major auctions. The highest recorded price for a 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln penny with unique errors and a pristine grade has reached an astonishing $1.5 million, making it one of the most expensive pennies in recent history. The reason behind such high valuations is the rarity factor. There are millions of 1978 pennies in circulation, but only a handful exist in perfect condition or with significant minting errors. Serious collectors and investors are willing to pay premium prices for these rare finds because they know how hard it is to come across one in such exceptional condition. If you are wondering whether you own a valuable 1978 penny, there are a few steps you can take. First, examine the coin under good lighting and check for any doubling in the letters or Lincoln's profile. If you notice any unusual characteristics, it may be worth getting the coin professionally graded. Companies like PCGS and NGC specialize in grading coins and can give you an accurate assessment of its worth. Another way to determine its value is to compare recent auction sales of similar coins. Checking online marketplaces and numismatic auction records can give you an idea of what collectors are currently paying for high-grade and error varieties of the 1978 Lincoln penny. Prices fluctuate based on demand, so staying updated on market trends can be beneficial if you are looking to sell your coin. So before you dismiss that 1978 Lincoln penny as just another ordinary coin, take a closer look. It could be a hidden treasure worth a life-changing amount of money. Whether you are a collector, investor, or just someone with an interest in rare coins, the 1978 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny is definitely one to watch. 1982 Lincoln penny without a mint mark could be worth a fortune. Yes, you heard that right. Some rare 1982 pennies have sold for jaw-dropping prices, reaching into the millions of dollars. Imagine finding one of these valuable coins in your pocket change or old collection. Stay tuned as we reveal why this penny is so special, how to identify it, and what makes it worth a potential fortune. The 1982 Lincoln penny holds a unique place in numismatics because it was minted during a transitional year. That was the year the U.S. Mint switched from the heavier copper pennies to the newer, lighter zinc pennies coated with copper. This change resulted in multiple varieties of the 1982 penny, including small date and large date variations, as well as different compositions. But among them, there exists an extremely rare error that makes certain 1982 pennies highly valuable. The key to $1 million 1982 penny is in the details. The most valuable variety is the 1982 no-mint mark copper small date penny. This specific coin is exceptionally rare because it was not meant to exist in that composition. Most 1982 pennies were struck in either the traditional copper or the newer zinc format, but this rare copper small date version slipped through undetected. Collectors and experts believe only a few of these exist, making them extremely desirable in the coin market. Another valuable error is the 1982 no-mint mark zinc small date penny with a double die obverse. This means the design on the front of the coin was accidentally struck twice, causing a slight doubling effect that is visible on Lincoln's portrait, the date, or the lettering. Coins with this kind of error have sold for thousands, and sometimes even millions at auctions. If you think you might have a rare 1982 penny, here's what to check. First, look for the mint mark. If your penny has no mint mark, it was minted in Philadelphia. Next, check the date style. The small date variety has thinner and more delicate numbers compared to the larger and bolder numbers on the large date variety. Finally, determine the coin's composition. Copper pennies weigh 3.11 grams, while zinc pennies weigh only 2.5 grams. You can check the weight using a precise digital scale. If you have a 1982 no-mint mark small date penny in copper, you might be holding a true treasure worth millions now. Let's talk about market value. The highest price ever paid for a rare 1982 no-mint mark small date copper penny was over $1.5 million at a private auction. Even lesser-known varieties, such as the double die errors, have fetched prices of $10,000 to $50,000, depending on their condition. Collectors and investors are always on the lookout for these rare coins, and their value continues to rise as more people become aware of them. If you find one of these rare pennies in pristine condition, you could be looking at a potential payday of several $100,000 or even millions of dollars. If you believe you have a valuable 1982 penny, it's crucial to get it authenticated and graded by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. These organizations verify the coin's authenticity and assign a grade based on its condition. Higher graded coins fetch the best prices at auctions. Once authenticated, you can sell your rare penny through major auction houses such as Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, or eBay. Private collectors and numismatic forums are also great places to find interested buyers. So there you have it. A simple 1982 penny could be hiding a fortune right under your nose. If you have old coin collections, be sure to check them carefully. You never know, you might be sitting on $1 million treasure. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe for more valuable coin discoveries. 1984 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. Now, while you might think all pennies are pretty much the same, there's something truly special about this coin, and it has some collectors and investors buzzing. Stick around, because we're going to break down everything you need to know about the value of this penny, its rarity, and why it could be worth millions of dollars. Alright, let's start with the basics. The 1984 no-mint mark penny is part of the famous Lincoln cent series, which has been in circulation since 1909. The coin features Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner, and the reverse showcases the Lincoln Memorial, which was in circulation from 1959 to 2008. But here's where things get interesting. The 1984 penny, like most pennies, should have a mint mark either from Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. However, in 1984, there was a unique situation at the Philadelphia Mint. Some pennies were struck without a mint mark. These coins have since become highly sought after by collectors due to their rarity. The Philadelphia Mint is the only mint that doesn't traditionally place a mint mark on its coins, and these missing mint mark coins were produced in small quantities, making them exceptionally rare today. Now, we're getting into why this penny is so valuable. When it comes to rare coins, scarcity is key. In the case of the 1984 no-mint mark penny, the lack of a mint mark combined with the relatively small number of these coins in circulation has made them stand out in the market. You might be wondering, isn't it just a penny? Well, yes and no. While the 1984 penny itself is a low-denomination coin, the fact that these no-mint mark versions were struck in such limited numbers means they are rare, and rarity increases value. So, while you could find a regular 1984 penny in your pocket change, the no-mint mark variety is much harder to come by. If you think you might have one of these rare pennies, you're probably wondering how to identify it. The first thing to do is check the mint mark. On most coins, you'll find a small letter on the reverse side that indicates the mint of origin. On the 1984 penny, you should see either a D for Denver or S for San Francisco, or no mint mark at all if it's from Philadelphia.so. If you have a 1984 penny and you notice there's no mint mark, you're dealing with a coveted no mint mark penny. But don't stop there. Check the coin's condition too. Coins in excellent condition are valued much higher than those in poor condition, so the better preserved the coin, the more valuable it is. Now, let's talk money. The market value of the 1984 no-mint mark penny is incredibly interesting. While a regular 1984 penny in circulated condition might be worth only a few cents, the no-mint mark version is worth much more, especially if it's in good condition. In terms of market value, a 1984 no-mint mark penny in average circulated condition is typically valued anywhere from $100 to $250. Not bad, right? But hold on, if your coin is in mint condition or even better, you could be looking at a significantly higher value. For those lucky enough to find a 1984 no-mint mark penny in pristine condition, the coin could be worth anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000, or even higher, depending on the specifics of the coin. Coins that have been professionally graded by organizations like the Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS) or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation (NGC) have the potential to fetch higher prices at auctions, sometimes even going for well into the tens of thousands of dollars. But why is this penny worth so much in some cases? Well, as mentioned earlier, scarcity and rarity play a huge role in determining value. The 1984 no-mint mark penny is a clear example of how small errors or anomalies in coin production can create a significant impact on a coin's value. Coins with errors, whether it's a missing mint mark, double die, or misstruck design, are extremely desirable to collectors who are eager to own a unique piece of history. It's also worth noting that the market for rare coins has seen a significant increase in recent years, with many investors looking to diversify their portfolios. Some view rare coins as tangible assets that are less affected by market volatility. This increased demand for rare and unique coins has contributed to the rising value of the 1984 no-mint mark penny.so. Let's say you're sitting on a 1984 no-mint mark penny, and you're wondering where to sell it. There are several options available. Many collectors turn to online marketplaces like eBay, where you can auction off your coin to the highest bidder. Be sure to get your coin professionally graded before listing it, as this can help establish its authenticity and value. You can also reach out to coin dealers or attend coin shows where collectors gather to buy, sell, and trade coins. If you're buying, make sure to work with a reputable dealer who can provide a certificate of authenticity. As we look toward the future, the value of the 1984 no-mint mark penny could continue to rise, especially as more collectors get into the hobby and seek out rare pieces to complete their collections. The rarity of this coin ensures that it will always hold a certain level of appeal. Plus, as older coins become harder to find and in demand among younger collectors, the value of coins like the 1984 no-mint mark penny may only grow over time. So, if you find one of these coins in your change jar, you might just be holding on to a potential gold mine. To wrap things up, the 1984 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny is a fascinating example of how small variations in coin production can make a huge difference in value. From its rarity to its current market value, it's clear that this penny is more than just pocket change. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, This is definitely a coin worth keeping an eye on. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe for more coin-related content, and leave a comment down below if you have any questions or thoughts about the 1984 no-mint mark penny. 1986 no-mint mark. Abraham Lincoln once said penny. You might not think much of this coin at first glance, but trust me, it holds a significant value that could blow your mind. In this video, we'll explore why this penny is worth millions and how you can check if you have one. So let's get started. The 1986 no-mint mark penny is a highly sought-after rare coin in the world of numismatics. While most pennies from the 1980s feature a mint mark identifying their production location, this particular penny is missing that crucial mint mark. In the world of coin collecting, a missing mint mark is a rarity, and it can drastically increase a coin's value. But why is the 1986 no-mint mark penny so special? In 1986, the U.S. Mint accidentally produced a batch of pennies without the mint mark, which typically indicates where the coin was made, either in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. While Philadelphia-produced coins traditionally do not have a mint mark, the 1986 penny was expected to have one, either from the Denver Mint or the San Francisco Mint. This error made the 1986 no-mint mark penny an incredibly rare find, and collectors immediately began to hunt for it. Now, you might be wondering, what is this coin worth? The current market value of a 1986 no-mint mark penny can range dramatically, but here's the exciting part: it can be worth millions of dollars. That's right, millions. The highest reported sale for one of these rare coins has reached up to $2 million. This may sound like an astronomical figure for a single penny, but rare coins like this are highly prized in the collecting world, and it's not uncommon for such a penny to fetch such extraordinary sums in auctions. Now, let's break down why this penny is valued so highly. First, the rarity factor. The 1986 no-mint mark penny was produced in very limited quantities, and only a small number of these rare coins have been discovered. Second, the error itself adds a layer of intrigue and demand, driving up the price among serious collectors and investors. As demand for rare coins continues to grow, the market value of these unique pennies is expected to continue to rise, making it a great investment for collectors. Before you go rushing to check your own penny collection, it's important to understand that not every 1986 penny without a mint mark is going to be worth millions. The condition of the coin plays a huge role in its value. A penny in poor condition might only be worth a few dollars, but a well-preserved, high-quality coin can fetch much higher prices. Coins are graded based on their condition, and the higher the grade, the more valuable the coin becomes. Coins are typically graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin with no imperfections. The higher the grade of your 1986 no-mint mark penny, the higher its market value. Coins in mint condition could easily sell for hundreds of thousands of dollars, with well-preserved specimens sometimes exceeding $1 million. If you're lucky enough to own one of these rare coins in excellent condition, you're looking at a very lucrative asset. Many 1986 no-mint mark pennies have been sold at auction, and these sales often set record prices. Some of the most famous examples have been bought by serious collectors willing to pay top dollar to add them to their collections. If you're holding one of these pennies, you might want to consider having it professionally appraised by a numismatist or submitted for grading by an official coin grading service to get the most accurate value. Now, let's talk about the future value of the 1986 no-mint mark penny. As more people become aware of its rarity, and as the number of surviving coins decreases over time, the value of this penny could continue to increase. If you've got one of these coins in your collection, you might be sitting on a potential goldmine. However, it's important to note that not all rare coins become valuable, so make sure to do your research and seek professional advice before making any decisions. In conclusion, The 1986 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny is a rare and valuable coin, with some examples valued at $1 million or more. Whether you find one in your pocket change or purchase one from a dealer, this penny is a great addition to any collection. So, be sure to check your pennies carefully, and who knows, you might be holding on to a piece of history that could be worth millions. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give us a like, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a coin discovery. 2004 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. If you're into collecting rare coins or just curious about the incredible value some pennies can fetch, you're going to want to stick around because we'll break down the history, rarity, and potential market value of this specific coin, which, believe it or not, can be worth a lot more than just 1 cent. So, what makes the 2004 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny stand out from the hundreds of billions of pennies produced every year? First, let's talk about its physical features. The 2004 penny is a part of the Lincoln cent series, which has been around since 1909, honoring the 16th President of the United States. What sets the 2004 no-mint Mark penny apart is, of course, the missing mint mark. Most pennies have a mint mark, usually located under the year on the obverse front of the coin. The presence of a mint mark identifies where the coin was struck, either in Philadelphia, no mark, Denver, D, or San Francisco, S. The 2004 penny without a mint mark means it was struck in Philadelphia. However, there's a twist here. Most 2004 pennies from the Philadelphia Mint are normal, everyday coins, mass-produced and distributed for circulation. But certain unique conditions, like slight errors in production or special minting characteristics, can make certain 2004 pennies incredibly rare. Now, here's where things get interesting. Typically, the 2004 no-mint Mark penny isn't something that stands out unless we're talking about rare error varieties. For example, a penny that has a significant error, like a double die or a misstrike, could push the value of a regular 2004 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny into the millions. These types of error coins are highly sought after by collectors because they represent an anomaly in the minting process. For instance, one of the most common error types to look out for is the double die error, where the design on the coin appears to have been struck twice, resulting in a blurry or thickened image. While a standard 2004 no-mint Mark penny without any errors might only be worth a few cents, a 2004 no-mint Mark penny with a double die error could fetch thousands or even more. So, how much can a 2004 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny actually be worth on today's market? Well, it all depends on the coin's condition, any potential errors, and the demand from collectors. In its regular, uncirculated form, without any noticeable errors, a 2004 no-mint Mark penny is still considered a standard coin, valued at face value, or possibly a little more for collectors willing to pay a small premium for a coin in excellent condition. You might be able to sell one for around 10 to 20 cents, maybe a little more if it's uncirculated. But here's where it gets exciting. If your 2004 no-mint Mark penny has a rare error, its value skyrockets. A well-known example is when error coins from this year, particularly the double die varieties, can be worth upwards of $1,000 or more. And if you have one of the rarest examples with a minting flaw or unique features, you could potentially see offers in the $5,000 to $10,000 range or beyond. The record prices for certain 2004 error pennies have reached into the low six figures, depending on the error type and its condition. For example, some coins with significant minting mistakes can easily fetch hundreds of thousands of dollars at auction. It's these rare, high-value errors that make the 2004 no-mint Mark penny a coin worth keeping an eye on. Now, let's talk about how you can identify a potentially valuable 2004 no-mint Mark penny. First and foremost, you'll want to closely examine the coin for any errors or abnormalities in the design. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to look for double die errors, misstrikes, or other unusual features like die cracks or off-center strikes. Also, pay attention to the condition of the coin. A coin that has been well preserved, with minimal wear and tear, is much more likely to have value compared to one that's been heavily circulated. Coins that are in mint condition, especially uncirculated ones, are more desirable to collectors and often command higher prices. If you've got your hands on a potentially valuable 2004 no-mint mark penny, the next step is deciding how to sell it. Many collectors choose to sell their coins through online auction sites like eBay or through numismatic dealers. If you're not sure about the value of your coin, it's a good idea to get it appraised by a professional to help guide your sale. Some websites and forums also cater to rare coin collectors, where you can network and connect with others interested in purchasing rare pennies. Just be cautious and make sure to do your research before selling to ensure you're getting a fair deal. To wrap things up, while the standard 2004 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny may not be worth a fortune on its own, it's the potential errors, especially the double die and other minting flaws, that can turn this penny into a collector's treasure worth thousands, and in some rare cases, even more. Always keep an eye out for those special features, and who knows, you could have a rare coin on your hands. 2018 D-Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. This specific penny has been gaining attention, and you might be surprised to learn its current market value. So grab your magnifying glass, because this is one coin you don't want to overlook. The 2018 D-Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny, 031 to 130. In 2018, the U.S. Mint released a new series of pennies that were produced in massive quantities, but not all pennies are created equal. The 2018 D. Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny, with the mint mark D for the Denver Mint, has been causing a stir among collectors due to its unique characteristics. While most pennies like this one are worth just 1 cent, there are certain editions that can fetch substantial amounts, depending on their rarity, condition, and unique features. For the 2018 D penny, its value hinges on a few critical factors. The primary ones are rarity, mint condition, and any errors or unique characteristics that set it apart from other pennies produced in the same year. Let's break it down. Although the 2018 D penny was minted in relatively high numbers, it still remains a key coin for collectors looking to add to their collections. The penny's value can dramatically increase if it has rare errors like die cracks, off-center strikes, or other noticeable features that deviate from the normal production process. The condition of the penny plays a crucial role. Pennies that are in pristine condition, or those graded at a high level, such as MS65 or higher, are more valuable than those showing signs of wear and tear. A penny that has been kept in near-perfect condition can reach prices higher than face value. The real game-changer for many collectors is the discovery of a rare error. While the 2018 D pennies are not typically known for widespread errors, there have been some sightings of small variations that make them much more sought after. Now, let's talk about the real question. How much is the 2018 D Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny worth on the market today? On average, the 2018 D penny in regular condition is worth, well, just 1 cent. However, the market value spikes dramatically when you find one in excellent or mint condition. If you have a coin that's graded MS65 or higher by reputable grading services like PSGS or NGC, its value can easily range from $10 to $50. These types of coins are often sought after by serious collectors who are looking to complete their sets with high-quality pieces. But wait, it gets more interesting. Some rare errors or varieties could push the value even higher. There have been instances where specific 2018 D pennies with unique errors or characteristics have sold for upwards of $500 or more. These are rarer finds, and you'll need to be vigilant when inspecting your pennies for any anomalies. Now, let's talk about the high-end market. If you've come across an error that has drawn attention from the numismatic community, such as an off-center strike or a double die, you might be looking at a price tag in the thousands. It's important to note that these coins are incredibly hard to find and are the exception rather than the rule. You may be wondering if your 2018 D penny could be worth a small fortune. The answer is that it depends, but there's always a chance. Coin collectors know that sometimes the best finds are hidden in plain sight. It's worth the effort to thoroughly examine your pennies and be aware of any unique features that might elevate their value. Who knows, you might have a rare error coin that could change your life. Additionally, as time goes on, the value of certain coins tends to increase, especially when the supply becomes scarce. As the years pass, fewer and fewer of these coins will remain in mint condition, meaning that even a 2018 D penny could rise in value. So, to wrap it up, the 2018 D Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny is still relatively new, but it holds a lot of potential for collectors. While most of these pennies are worth face value, there's always the chance of finding a rare gem that could fetch thousands of dollars. Keep an eye out for well-preserved specimens, and don't forget to check for any errors that could make your penny worth more than you ever imagined.